Menglong, please remember my name, an emotional tribute that echoes forever. From the first trembling note to the last fading flame, please remember my name whispers sorrow, hope, and fame. Alan Yu stands in silence, yet his presence fills the frame. A lyric video blooming like a candle calling your name. This is not just a song. It's a vow. It's a plea. It's a claim. A memory stitched in melody, tender, aching, and tame. Each scene flows like a river where emotions reclaim. Every heartbeat repeating, remember my name. The screen opens softly, a dawn dressed in gray. Shadows lean on the wall where lost moments lay. A single piano drips truth, slow tears on display. As Menglong's voice rises, fragile yet brave. He doesn't shout pain, he lets silence explain, where pauses speak louder than thunder or rain. His eyes hold stories no time can restrain, a soul laid bare, asking gently to remain. The lyric video glows with a dreamlike flame. Soft light and motion, nothing feels the same. Petals fall slowly, each one a name. Of love once spoken, now wrapped in refrain. A hallway appears long, empty, and plain, footsteps of memories tapping the brain. Each step is a question, each breath a chain, binding past to present in beautiful pain. There's a mirror that trembles, reflecting the same. A boy and a man split by fortune and fame. One chased the future, one stayed with the pain. Both whisper together, please remember my name. The color palette dances in silver and blue, like tears caught in moonlight, painfully true. Nothing is loud, yet everything cuts through. A quiet devastation only real art can do. This tribute song doesn't beg, doesn't blame. It simply exists like an unhealed flame. It understands loss, it understands shame, and still dares to hope memory won't wane. Menglong doesn't act. He becomes the refrain. A living echo of love that time can't detain. His voice cracks gently, but never breaks the chain, holding listener and singer in shared refrain. There's a scene with a letter, edges worn and aged, ink slightly faded, emotions uncaged. No words are read, yet hearts are engaged, because some goodbyes don't need to be paged. The camera lingers on trembling hands, a universal language everyone understands. We've all held on, we've all made these stands, begging love not to slip like grains of sand. The chorus swells like a tide restrained, not crashing violently, but softly sustained. It wraps around you, gentle and plain, until you're breathing in rhythm with pain. This song remembers what people forget, the quiet promises, the unsent regret. It honors the tears we haven't cried yet, and names every love we refuse to forget. As the visuals shift, seasons exchange. Spring bleeds into winter, familiar yet strange. Time moves forward, but hearts remain, caught in the loop of love and refrain. A train platform appears, empty and wide. Departure without arrival, fate denied. Suitcase standing like swallowed pride. Another moment where feelings hide. Nothing explodes, no drama is staged. Yet every frame feels emotionally caged. This is grief matured, beautifully aged. A quiet storm perfectly gauged. The brilliance of please remember my name lies there, in what it withholds, in what it dares. It trusts the listener to feel, to care, to fill the silence with their own prayer. Menglong's presence is steady and real, not idle perfection, but wounds that heal. He sings like someone who knows how it feels to lose something precious and still kneel. The bridge arrives like a whispered vow, not demanding forever, just asking for now. If paths must part, if fate disallows, just keep my name when you forget how. That line, unspoken yet loudly proclaimed, is why this tribute will never be tamed. Because everyone fears being erased, unnamed, left behind when memories are reclaimed. The lyric video doesn't chase trends or shine. It chooses sincerity over design. Every slow movement feels perfectly timed, a masterclass in emotional rhyme. Fans don't just watch, they feel and remain. caught in the softness, the echo, the pain. Comment sections bloom like shared terrain, strangers united by the same refrain. This song broke me. One heart will explain. It healed me too. Another will claim. That's the power of art when it's humane. It mirrors wounds without adding shame. As the final notes begin to descend, the visuals blur like a story's end. Not a closure, but a curve that bends, leaving space for memory to extend. The screen fades to white, not black or flame. Symbol of hope that survives the pain. Even if faces change, even if love strains, a name remembered is never in vain. Please remember, my name doesn't scream goodbye. It simply stays as the moments pass by, like a ghost of love that refuses to die, living quietly when no one asks why. This emotional tribute stands tall and refined, a love letter to hearts left behind. Menglong doesn't just sing, he signs. His soul in sound, his truth in time. In a world rushing fast to forget, this song pauses time, heavy and wet. It teaches us memory is love's last bet, and names are anchors we shouldn't neglect. So when the music ends and silence remains, you'll still hear echoes calling your name. Because once a heart listens, it's forever changed. And please remember, my name forever remains. A song like this doesn't fade, it stays, rewriting loss in the softest ways. And long after the screen drifts away, you'll remember his name and quietly stay. It begins again in that fragile space of flame, where silence leans forward, whispering a name. Before the chorus dares to rise or claim, the opening seconds already play the game. A soft confession, intimate, almost tame, inviting the heart to ache without shame. The first note falls like snow without blame, cold yet gentle, dissolving all the same. The screen barely moves, the world feels paused in frame, as if time itself forgot how to behave. This is where memory starts its aim, right at the threshold of love and pain. Menglong stands still, yet emotions roam. His presence feels like an unfinished home. No grand gesture, no cinematic chrome, just a soul speaking in undertone. His voice doesn't perform, it gently combs through hidden wounds we never outgrow. The opening lyrics arrive unarmed, not loud or desperate, not falsely charmed. They sound like thoughts kept safe from harm. Finally spoken, shaky but warm. Each word drips slow, deliberately calm, like truth whispered into an open palm. The background glows in a washed-out hue, gray meeting blue in a sorrowed view. It's the color of goodbyes we never knew, the shade of if only and we almost too. Nothing distracts, nothing feels untrue. The emptiness itself becomes the cue. A single light flickers, then learns to stay, like hope that survived its worst day. It doesn't burn bright. It doesn't sway. It simply exists in a quiet way. This is the scene where emotions obey, and hearts lean closer to what he'll say. His eyes don't chase the camera's gaze. They look inward, lost in earlier days. You can almost see the memories phase, moments rewritten in softer ways. This is not acting, not a masquerade. It's a man remembering, unafraid. The song's opening carries a sacred weight, like the first sentence sealing fate. It asks no question. It doesn't wait. It understands love arrives too late. And still it sings, tender, innate, as if remembrance can negotiate. There's a pause, brief, deliberate, plain, where the music steps back to let feelings reign. In that pause lives unspoken pain, the kind we hide but can't restrain. It's a silence louder than any refrain, a moment where loss sharpens its chain. The lyric video mirrors that space. Slow transitions, no rush to replace. Each frame moves with cautious grace, afraid to disturb what time can erase. This opening isn't meant to dazzle or chase. It's meant to let emotion take place. You notice the air, thick with thought, like a room where goodbyes were fought. Every breath feels carefully caught, as if one wrong note could unravel the knot. This is where vulnerability is taught, before strength is ever sought. The melody circles but doesn't land, like a question held in a trembling hand. It wants connection, not command. It hopes you'll feel, not understand. And somehow, without a plan, it makes your heart its homeland. This first part of the song is a doorway wide, where listener and singer coincide. You don't watch from the other side. You step right in, nowhere to hide. The emotion doesn't knock, it resides, settling deep, unapologized. What makes this opening so deeply rare is how little it demands, how much it dares. It trusts the weight of what's left unsaid there, believing true feelings don't need a flare. It knows remembrance is a silent prayer, and names are echoes floating in air. Before the chorus ever calls your name, you're already caught in its quiet flame. You remember people, faces the same, moments you buried, loves you couldn't save. That's the power seated at the start of the game, a universal ache wearing personal pain. This first section doesn't aim to impress. It aims to confess, to undress distress. It strips music down to its tenderness, leaving only truth, nothing excess. And in doing so, it softly suggests that remembering is love's last request. So when the song moves forward, when verses grow, they're already rooted in what you know. Because part one didn't just introduce the flow. It carved the space where emotions go. It whispered gently, slow and low. If I fade, please still know